want to thank um, this wonderful team who has organized such a platform, and also to be giving me this opportunity to talk about various things that actually is very important and really matters. So, and before I begin, I want to congratulate the team and each and every person that's involved in this amazing platform and creating such an amazing event. Um, this platform, I can see that you brought in more than 500 people from over 50 countries in the world. And this itself is an example, especially during this testing times of pandemic, that it is an example of adaptability, resilience, attention to detail, and I would say it's a quest for perfection that's in you that has actually created such an amazing event. I'm not going away from my topic. My topic here today, which is now quite relevant, is the how to take leverage of gender intelligence for success of business. Let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Tanya Uni. I'm also known as Chaitanya Uni. I'm in Australia, run and operate medical centers. We've been in the business for the last 10 years in Australia, co-founded the brand Amtan and skin brand Dr. Tanya. So Amtan brand was created by myself and my husband and I. And at the moment, we do have about 15 medical services facilities, which includes medical centers, skin and cosmetic centers, specialist centers, and as well as radiology on top. So in addition to this, the skincare brand as well.
Hello, Tanya.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can, loud and clear. Welcome to Women Economic Forum. It's such a pleasure to have you, Tanya, and to know that you are Auntie Sridevi Unni's niece. It's even more, it brings us even more closer.
You are Lakshmi.
I am Lakshmi. It's so good to meet you.
I have heard so much about you now. I'm surprised I'm able to talk to you because Williama said quite a lot.
Williama is such an awesome lady. Now, you have to give us a couple of minutes before the moderator for this session, Anita. She's going to log in and she's going to have an extremely awesome conversation with you. Since you do not have a co-speaker, I think the floor is open for the next 30 minutes. Or I think probably next 20 minutes, you know?
Oh, no, like I was thinking, you know, I'm a chatterbox, you know, it'll be hard for you to stop me.
Well, it's been hard for us to stop people, you know, well, that's the way it is. It's fun, it's good, but we have to do our job. May I introduce Anita? Anita is the moderator for this session, and ladies, have a beautiful session.
Hello.
Thank you.
Dr. Tanya.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. My God, you're such a talented lady, so multifaceted. And your qualifications are something else.
Thank you. You know, I'm really honored to hear that, but I don't think like that.
But we do. We've read your long bio, and it goes on for pages. So, Tanya, today you're going to be talking to us about how to leverage gender intelligence for greater success in business. Now, that's a very interesting topic, and we'd like to know all more about it. And you know, it got me thinking. I was like, okay, that's interesting, and love to know more from you. Thank you.
Absolutely, and you know, really, I must actually thank you all for giving me this opportunity to be here. And you guys have done amazingly well to bring all these people under a platform, 500 people over and 50 countries. It's quite spectacular what you have achieved. It really shows, you know, how the attention to details that you have given and the adaptability and this testing times that we are going through. It's really wonderful. So let me start by congratulating you guys for this great platform and thanking you for inviting me in on this platform. So it's an interesting topic, like what you said, gender intelligence and in taking leverage of that in success. So I'll start by saying that I consider myself as the prototype of this kind of institute, or having this gender taking leverage of that. I'll tell you why. Because we left India. Basically, I'm from India. We left England initially. So I went on my own, and then my husband joined after. We were not married then, and then we got married. From there, we migrated to Australia. So last 10 years, we have been here, and now we have started, or 10 years into business in Australia, we have created a brand, Amtan Medical Services, skin and cosmetic clinics, and specialist and radiology centers, and as well as I've developed a skin brand. When I look at it, this is actually a perfect example of taking leverage of gender.
Yes, certainly.
Yes. So when the most crucial aspect is men and women think differently, right? And my own story is such that, it starts from, in the morning. Would you believe, like, in the morning, right from the start of how to squeeze the toothpaste, our difference starts from there. So men and women, so we do things differently, even from that time onwards. So from then, and little things that you go, as well as the big decisions in our life, all actually completely is different to what women think and what men think. Now, these differences not just in the thinking, but biologically, we are different. Culturally, we are different. And also our intelligence is different. Now, when I say intelligence, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that men are better or women better than men. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, we are different in the set of flair and sensitivity that we have. We're completely different beings. So
it's like balancing the yin and the yang.
Isn't it? Really, it is actually. And when you have this behavioral and cultural difference,
right,
brought into the table, and when women have this, we know women have got, a lot of women, there may be exceptions, we have got a higher emotional intelligence.
Right. And also intuition.
Yes, intuition. And we have got this nurturing kind of capabilities as well. And and men are more, what's the right word? They're more logical, practical, pragmatic, procedural, more on that aspect. That's their strength. And we have got a different set of strength. So when you look at my own example, let's actually talk about my own example. My husband and I are completely two different beings. So people who know us would actually understand this. My strength is strength, weakness, but that's me. Would be more, I'm more sensitive, probably a bit more emotional. Sometimes I take decisions through my heart. And being an artist, I'm more creative, more of a dreamer sort of person. And Hamir, my husband, on the other hand, is more of logical and practical. So his intelligence is more procedural oriented.
Right.
So in an aspect, when it comes to business, there are areas where you need both. And there are certain areas you need just one or the other. So it is kind of, we know which areas we are good at. So basically what we do, we divide the task, and there isn't like clear definition who does what, but it's kind of an understanding. When it comes to human resources, it's going to be naturally me. So because I'm a people person.
Right.
Yeah, so that's my own example, and I'm sure a lot of people would actually can relate to what we are saying. Yeah.
Even in the workplace, I think this plays out, because as a team leader, sometimes you realize that there are certain qualities and as you said, gender intelligence of each person, and that can be utilized to get the best results, looking into this aspect.
Yes, absolutely. So for another example, I must quote, we, in our industry, which is a medical industry, is predominantly women. Women, majority of our consumers, women, whatever it may be, health, beauty, or any sort of facilities, more, it's actually predominated by ladies. So having that gender also in the workflow and the workforce absolutely is helpful for the business, because we can understand what we need, like what we want as a mother, because a lot of patients have got children. So when they come, their requirements, what they need, it could be a baby changing room, or it could be a facility, where a privacy, a private area for breastfeeding.
Right.
So those little things, we are able to think about it. It may not come naturally for men. But the other aspect of this is there are areas where it is really important to have the man's input. And that's because a lot of men they are of that age that they need their men's health side looked at. And so what is the requirement for that? And not from a doctor perspective, from a patient perspective, and also understanding, like, how do they think? What brings them to doctors? Is it because the wife dragged him? or what's actually thinking, what they're thinking, oh, I'm 65 years of age.
Right.
I need to look after myself. So understanding that male input, male ideas is important. So we do have males in the mix. So
Right.
yeah, my husband's there, but we have other men as well in the business. So collectively, we are able to form a more of a joined approach. We can do more of a joint,
Yeah.
and then take leverage. So it's so yeah. So in the medical industry, yes. So that's one of our example I can give. Yeah. So as I said, you'll have to stop me because I won't stop. I'm a bit.
There's so much to know, about you, and you've covered so many industries, and healthcare. You've done so much in that area also. So as it says, you're a doctor, a skin specialist, a brand developer, a motivational speaker, a columnist, and an award-winning entrepreneur. I mean, what more are you going to add to this? More feathers to your cap. So
Thank
do
you.
tell us a bit about your motivational speaking.
Right. I'm very passionate about actually empowering women, empowering young girls particularly, to give them the flavor of financial independence. Because I believe that no woman, no lady they should be able to get that financial independence if that's going to make any changes in that person's life, if that's going to help that person dream, if that's going to actually set herself free from this constrictions that they go through. We want to help them. So how do you achieve that? not everyone needs to become doctors or engineers or
Correct.
lawyers. There's no need for that. But this empowering through education does not actually mean getting all the degrees.
Right.
It actually, in my view, it means that you need to actually understand what is that you need, develop that particular skill, understand the trade, and to go forward. So in that aspect, I'm trying to help a set of girls who are coming from deprived background. So trying to give them, been doing some workshops, motivational speaking and stuff,
So
and
yeah.
into that medical students and yeah.
So actually, once a woman gets financial, independence, then there are choices she can make, and not just for herself but for her family, and it leads to an overall better, lifestyle and living and better conditions for everybody. So I can imagine, your work going towards this end. That's wonderful. So,
Thank you.
is there anything else you'd like to tell us? So I think we've had a nice long session.
Yes, like two things I want to add.
Please do.
Yeah, one is we talked about gender, bringing both genders into the table in the same
Yes.
board for better decision making.
Mm-hmm.
It's equally important in this current climate to
Mm-hmm.
bring the cultural diversity as well.
Right.
So I'm talking more on the
Sensitivities.
Yes. So like you bring someone from say Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, or
Mm-hmm.
someone, they understand what the gender needs. So it could be not just the babysitting room, it could be the prayer room, or
Mm-hmm.
what that specific cultural requirements, that specific gender and cultural. So that
Mm-hmm.
makes a big difference in actually creating infrastructure for any shopping centers or any facilities that you may create. That's one thing. And also bringing that diversity. And before I keep quiet, I need to add, in this modern times, we should not be ignorant, or we should not be not considering and thinking about LGBTIQ. So it is very important that we are inclusive, we are understanding, and also what the skill they bring is amazing. So in this modern times, it is absolutely important that we actually include not just the gender, but also be more inclusive of everyone.
Wonderful. So this has, been such an eye-opening session. Thank you so much. And I'd like to take this opportunity, just give me a moment, to yeah, so it's a great opportunity for me to offer you the Iconic Woman Award for creating a better world for all. So congratulations, and yeah.
Thank you very much. Oh, I'm very happy. Thank you so much.
All the best, and hope to see you sometime.
Sure. We'll definitely meet after. Sure.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.